So what you saw described is what they found on Google from a Google search. And that's all. That's very rudimentary. It will really take a lot more knowledge than that. It will take both knowing how bitcoins are stored, how it is done. You have to try that to know what it was then, how is it stored now, where is it stored, how to get at it from a computer that you may have access or may not have access. Either way, you'll have to get it.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to get to this folder on these hard drives, and there's going to be two ways to do it. The first way is if you're logged into the computer that was given to you. I'm going to show you how to get to it that way, and then there's going to be a second way to do it if you have to mount that hard drive to get in. So if you're trying to boot to the hard drive, then if you boot to it and you can't get in because there's a password, I'm going to do a second video, and I'm going to put a link in this description. You're going to want to go to that video to learn how to wipe the password so that you can log in on those drives. So you're going to want to go watch that, get into the account, and then you can follow the steps for it if you're logged in. If that's not an option for you, or if you just want to do it the old-fashioned way and mount the drives, then you can follow the second part. But so here we go. I'm going to flip over the camera, and we're going to go ahead and start doing this. Okay, so method one is going to be real simple. From your Windows PC that you're logged into, assuming you've already wiped your password or changed your password, or if you knew the password or there was no password, so you're logged in, right?
From here, there are two things that you can do. One, a set of commands, standard window commands to reveal and change attributes, and which can be, all these are reversible action. And then nothing, no damage. It's just allowing you to view those protected files. Once you get into that mode, then you do is a brute force going and looking for a certain kind of file. And you can send a search routine to go and search it, or you can manually find it.
Running the Windows client or the Windows Bitcoin client, this would create a folder here called Bitcoin. And inside of that Bitcoin folder, there's not one here, but you just double click into that folder and it would say wallet.dat. You're going to take that and you're going to copy it onto a thumb drive. Now you might also find Dogcoin, Litecoin, or any other coin-related folder here. Ethereum and any of those. So you're going to want to click into those and just grab those wallet files. Now I think in Ethereum, I believe that it creates a folder called wallets. Just grab that whole folder because they have their software works a little bit differently. But you're going to want to grab those, and later on in a second part of this video that I'll release in a day or two, I'll show you then how to import those wallets. But this machine's not set up for it, so I got to do that on a different day. But I'll show you how to import that wallet.dat, and hopefully, so back then when these coins were virtually worthless, although the option to encrypt your wallet was present, most people chose not to. And so you're going to more than likely have access to what's ever in there. We just have to import that wallet and then sync to the blockchain, and you can extract that coin to, personally I use Cash App for these type of transactions. You can actually withdraw to your Cash App account, and then at that point you can sell the Bitcoins for what they're worth and have it in your checking account in just a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. So I hope this part has helped. If it doesn't work for you, if you can't do it this way, the other way to do this is, let's assume that you're not logged in. So this is the second part I mentioned before. You're going to want, yes, so in the other instance you're going to just come over here. Now on mine it's the C drive, but if you have it mounted, it might be your M or your D or your E or whatever letter drive that Windows sets up for you. But you're going to want to click into your drive in question.
Mounting actually means that you take the drive, assuming you can't get in using passwords, you can't log in. Then you take this drive and mount it into another computer as a secondary drive. And that is how what this is all about. So this is a secondary way of looking at the drive. And then again, there are means to get further from the protected part of the system. The operating system is not our concern. It's user files that we are interested in. Because that drive and that system will not power up, so it cannot be powered up. That drive has to be cloned. Only work if you work from a clone, and that clone can be mounted as a secondary drive, and then the required information extracted. That's the only way. And this is something that no local vendor will do. It was specifically asked. They will not do that. They will only clone and pass back the clone. That's the easiest thing to do. And the cloning cost, as we know, is $100 per clone. The additional cost is the hard drive required for the clone. In any case, if I had the option to do the cloning, I could have done that. But since it's a trust-related issue, so we created the option to take it to provided the resources, the vendor, where the cloning can be done, and a clone passed back to me, and so on. So that was the idea, to how to get this done, but that was not to be. This was relatively a simple thing to do, given the target price range that we had. Because this was a mined acquisition, so the volume is small. That was the best thing to do, and there's no small vendors who can do this. No small vendor, even it's most of the small vendors are not even aware of these things, and nobody would bother to go and dig and find the water. They have nothing to, and one guy whom I spoke to, one of them said, I don't know anything about that. Anyway, we can't do that. We will just clone and give you the drive. You go find and search for it. That's what he said. So the other was the same thing. And even if at all you find somebody who would do this, they won't be local. They are probably tying up with somebody outside the country, and then the cost will become exorbitant, and it wouldn't be worth it.